Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Gridiron Uncensored. This is our 7-on-7 series that we just started. Usual crew, Blake, Trevor, myself. We're going to hit up a fan question tonight, or a friend question from our buddies over at the Walk On Red Shirts. Talking about Alabama and the turnover that they've had, the transfer portal attrition, they've had recruiting, losses. But they still have so much talent. So we're going to talk about what their floor and their ceiling is for this 2024 season. I think it could be a wide range. We're going to get Blake's thoughts first. He's our Bama guy. So Blake, let us know what you're thinking, and then we'll go from there.
Well, the sky's the limit for this team, depending on how they respond to all the coaching changes. The floor, it could be really bad, really fast. We play a lot of big games with Georgia, Tennessee, Missouri, LSU, Oklahoma, and we're on the road for Tennessee, LSU, and Oklahoma. And that's all in like a 7 week span. And that's a tough feat for any team to try to overcome. But I like a lot of the players that we're bringing in on the roster now. And we're going to get a chance in the spring to go poach some players back from other schools. And we're really going to have to pick up some good guys in the spring portal because we got gashed this last go around and we're bleeding. But I really like where we're at. I like a lot of the players that we've got coming back this year. I like a lot of the young guys, a lot of speed on offense, and the sky is the limit. It just all depends on how we respond.
Yeah, that's always how it goes, right? With coaching changes, and you're just hoping that they can continue stopping the bleed. And I feel like they're starting to do that. They've got a staff that they're familiar with. But like you said, the spring portal is going to be huge for Alabama. Right now, they did bring in some guys from Washington, a center, that'll actually be better at snapping than was going on last year. And then a wide receiver for a little help there, after losing Isaiah Bond. So I think they're doing good things. But man, that schedule is tough. Wisconsin early, Georgia immediately after that. I know we've got 2 bye weeks now, which I think is going to help in this new era of college football. So you got Georgia and then Tennessee, Missouri, LSU. Like you said, that middle stretch is really tough, and then finishing with Oklahoma and Auburn. Man, I don't know. Like it's very wide open. Like you said, I think you could have a floor of six. I mean, you could lose 6 games, but I think realistically, 7 would be the floor. And for me, 10 wins max. It's a tough schedule. And then you still got Milrow, who's, had some issues with passing, and his awareness. So, but you still need his chaos. I don't know. It's a mix. So I'm going 10 as the ceiling, boys.
Yeah, I see 10. I see 10 on the schedule. I actually do see 10, assuming that everyone plays up to their potential, depending on if it's Milrow or if it's a new guy. That's a big question mark in and of itself, the
Yeah.
quarterback position. If you plug in a new guy, excuse me, then you got to worry about chemistry with the receivers, chemistry with the new receivers coming in, and the offensive line that's now a completely different offensive line than it was a year ago. So that's my main concerns. I think the floor is right around the 7 mark. I really don't see them losing less than that. If they do, it will be a surprise for me. I think my biggest concern with all of this, with DeBoer and everything, is he going to be able to use Alabama's name and recruit the best talent re- consistently? Like, we're talking about, oh well, he can reload in the spring portal, but are people really going to want to
Yeah.
go play for a person other than Nick Saban?
That's fair.
I mean, there's a lot of these transfers that, like, I came here to play for Nick Saban, and most of the time when they came to Alabama, they weren't even asking for NIL stuff because they were like, I'm playing for the greatest coach to ever coach, and 9 times out of 10, most of these kids would have had a shot at a natty. So, I mean, that's what they're coming to Alabama for. So DeBoer has a big needs to take a big he needs to take a big plunge, I guess you could say, into the recruiting and transfer portal and really pull some high quality talent for the people in Alabama. I think, just outside point of view looking in, I think he still needs to make a big splash with recruiting. Otherwise, I don't think that like we've talked about before, the depth is a concern as well.
That's the biggest question: is will he be able to recruit? and not only that, but recruit the Southeast. He's a West Coast guy, and he knows that area. And Bama's been bringing guys in from the West Coast as of late, but this is a different ball game, and this is not Washington.
Yeah,
Not
exactly right.
knocking the Pac-12.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, he's not known for bringing in big guys at Washington or any other program
Right.
he's been at. And Nick Saban was an outside of the South kind of guy too. Like he came from the North,
Yeah.
Kent State, Michigan State, and then down to LSU. I mean, and he just kind of hit the ground running when he got down to the South. I hope that's the same
Yep.
case for DeBoer, but they're I mean, from listening from DeBoer talk, you can definitely tell they are completely different personalities as far as Nick Saban and him.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the players on Twitter have been reacting really well to him. And I always bring up to a lot of the people that talk about him coming from the West Coast and never recruiting here. Urban Meyer left Utah and went to Florida, and he had never really recruited the South like that. And he had top recruiting classes and won 2 national championships. So it can be done. And Brian Kelly, he's doing a good job at recruiting at LSU. So it's not something unheard of. It's just something that has to be done.
Yeah, and bottom line is, like you guys said, getting the depth, getting that squared away, getting the team chemistry squared away, because they're going to have some big ones early, and it's going to happen often in the late part of the season. So let's see how they go with at Camp Randall and Tyler Van Dyke now at Wisconsin. It'll be an interesting season for Alabama, and see what Milroe can do, or if he's even the lead guy. We don't know what Will Rogers is doing. So we're going to wrap that up, guys. We appreciate you. Make sure you like and subscribe. Click the button down below. And then, like and follow us. So we appreciate you. Have a good one.